Mir was joining us for more. Mir, give us the latest information. Number one, 3 terrorists neutralized. One of them, the mastermind of the Pahalgam terror attack. The other 2 probably were the ones accompanying the mastermind, but no confirmation on the other 2 yet. Would you give us details of the operation and where do things stand right now?
This, without a doubt, is the most significant anti-terror operation of recent times. Simply because of the fact that we're talking of the Pahalgam terror attack perpetrators, and in them, Sulaiman Shah, alias Musa Fauji, was the name that came out on the very second day of the attack when police came out with sketches of the wanted, and Sulaiman Shah was there and had a cash reward of 20 lakh rupees on his head. And since there were relentless search operations against him, and finally sources say that he, along with 2 of his accomplices, has been gunned down in a swift operation. Now, just to give a semblance of this area, we are outside the Dachigam National Park, and this is a forested area. This is full of mountains, thick foliage, and that's why this was a favorite route of Jaish and Lashkar, and also because of the fact that this is a very strategically important location. It's a center access point from where you can reach multiple locations of South Kashmir, be it Pahalgam, be it Kokarnag, or any area that you like, and that's why this was being frequently used. Sources say that from the 17th of last month, Dachigam was made out of bound for local civilians. It was taken over by the army, and it was quite clear that they had inputs about, strong inputs, in fact, credible inputs about the presence of this particular group. This morning, early morning, we've been told that it was a meticulous, swift operation where they were gunned down inside their camping area, or should I say night camping site, hideout that they had made in thick foliage under a tree. Before they could react, before they could take their weapons and retaliate, they were killed on the spot. Now, in this, Musa Fauji, as I said, is the most significant name. He is not only wanted for the Pahalgam attack, but before that, Sonmarg tunnel attack where 7 people were killed. Then Botpatri in Gulmarg, he had ambushed an army convoy. In Jammu also, in some parts, his name surfaced as the key conspirator and executor of ambushes against the army. So he is quite clearly the most wanted as far as forces hit list is concerned. And finally, he has been eliminated. Though I'll repeat, we'll wait for official confirmation on the same in the next 1 hour. And very important army press conference is expected, which the Army GOC of 15 Corps will brief the media and tell us more about this operation, the kind of success and how tricky this operation was, and why it took many months post Pahalgam attack to reach this group, and especially Musa Sulaimani. Back to you.
Many months, Mir, would be exactly a little over 4 months' time. And I think for the loved ones of those who lost their lives in the Pahalgam terror attack, if there is closure, if there is any fig leaf of retribution, it should come from this. We still are waiting in for confirmation of the other 2 terrorists. Plausible that they were very much part of the same Pahalgam terror attack. But what Mir has just confirmed for our viewers, the mastermind of the Pahalgam terror attack has been neutralized. It is confirmation that is coming in, and I'll just give you, and I'll bring Mir in terms of how India mounted Operation Mahadev, but how the communication happened. It's a coincidence, viewers. You had Rajnath Singh, who took to the floor of the parliament on the debate on Operation Sindoor, the opposition constantly putting pressure on the government, especially on the perpetrators of the crime still being free. While the defense minister of the country spoke, you had Army's Chinar Corps put out a social media message on the platform X, stating that 3 terrorists were neutralized in an intense operation, and the operation still continues. So that is how it all came together this afternoon. I want to bring in Mir back into this conversation. Mir, would you reflect a little on Operation Mahadev? It was a highly secretive operation, very, very few people, very, very few men involved. But what we can confirm and add more on what was the operation about, you have the CRPF, you have the Indian Army, and you have the Jammu and Kashmir Police. What more can you add?
Well, initially it was specifically an operation that was driven by the Indian Army. The special para units, the para commandos who specialize in jungle warfare, were taking a lead as far as this operation is concerned, because the kind of topography and knowing the Dachigam forest area, deep inside, army normally operates, and then other forces come in. Now, the Jammu and Kashmir Police obviously also part of this operation. So is the CRPF, and we could see just moments back there were many vehicles with commandos, para-commandos, JK, J&K police, special operation group.
Mir, would you just hold on to that thought? And the reason I'm only coming in, interrupting you, is because we're getting constant, feedback coming in from analysts, former army officers. I have with me Lieutenant General Soni, who's joining us on the phone line. General, Operation Mahadev, in the manner that it was mounted, many would have thought that, yes, it's coming in 4 months late, but if there is retribution to what happened in Pahalgam, it's this.
Hello.
General, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
General, first thoughts on Operation Mahadev.
Yeah, I just heard about it because I was in a conference. But I must say my compliments to the army and, of course, the other security forces for their persistence. And that is what the Indian Army is famous for, that whenever we make up our mind to catch a terrorist, we don't let it go. You see, these people who have done the job, I think in my view, have done it in an exemplary fashion, because the way they pursued these people constantly for the last about 3 months, 2 months, it is truly a very, very Herculean task they pulled off. And I would say that they deserve all the commendations from everybody.
General, you're making a strong point there, but it wouldn't have been possible as well, General. It's, a combination of 3 forces coming together, the Jammu and Kashmir Police, you have the CRPF, and you have the Indian Army, all of them mounting a highly secretive operation, which, of course, was in the planning for days.
A persistent one, I would say that, in a very difficult terrain where, it is not possible for the normal people to, they constantly kept a vigil, and they constantly kept a watch, and ultimately they have got them. And that is what is, a commendable and proud moment, because when we go for terrorists, we only go for terrorists. We don't do any collateral damage. We only hit those who have done us, who have done us harm. And these people deserve to be eliminated or to be caught. And that's what the Indian Armed Forces and the security forces and the J&K police has done. I think a truly commendable job. God bless them. Absolutely.
Appreciate you joining us, giving us, your opinion on what Operation Mahadev was and how it panned out. And viewers, it is a super success. 4 months, 22nd April precisely, was when the Pahalgam terror attack had taken place, and 4 months after, right now, if justice had a face, it would be the visual of the slain terrorist bodies that you see on your television screen.